Everyone has seen glitches in slope, such as clipping through ramps and bouncing off of surfaces. But what about touching a red block without dying? This idea may seem absurd, but it's exactly what happens in many of the most recent world record videos on YouTube. A lot of players see these runs and assume that there's cheating or hacks going on, but this is, in fact, completely legitimate. These obstacles are referred to as verts, which is short for vertically moving blocks. When verts are first loaded in, there's a delay before they begin to move. In addition to being completely still during this delay, they also lack the ability to kill the player. This makes it possible to touch them without dying and to instead come to a complete stop. This trick is referred to as a vert slowdown. A vert slowdown was first recorded in 2020 by Michael Vieira, who was also the first player to ever reach 300 points. In his clip, Michael fails to move out of the way before the vert begins to move, resulting in him dying and failing to capitalize on the trick. This clip went unnoticed initially, but it resurfaced in 2022 when a Slope Discord server was created. This budding community took interest in the trick, although some doubted whether or not it was even possible to use successfully. But on April 25th, 2022, a community member named Stupid Duck managed to pull off a vert slowdown during his own personal best run. This marked the first time a successful vert slowdown was ever recorded. This run also gave us quite a bit more insight into how vert slowdowns worked. The window to pull one off is exactly 6 seconds after they are loaded in by the preceding speed tunnel. Speed tunnels are relevant here because they handle loading in new obstacles on top of increasing acceleration. Verts are always the furthest obstacle from their corresponding speed tunnel, so reaching them within 6 seconds is a challenge in and of itself. After Stuper's run, there were still doubts about the trick. He had only gotten 217 points, which was over 100 points lower than the world record at the time. It was possible that vert slowdowns didn't actually have all that much utility, but a few months later, that notion was thoroughly disproven. On September 3rd, the reigning world record holder at the time, Kylaxiel, broke his own world record of 348 with a 357. This run was notable for using not one but 2 vert slowdowns, making it the first world record to utilize the trick at all. Unbelievably, Kylaxiel once again increased the world record just a few hours later, this time to a whopping 391 points. This run also featured a vert slowdown. These two runs proved just how useful vert slowdowns could be and influenced many top players to begin seriously going for the trick. Over the next year, however, no new world records made use of vert slowdowns. However, players were still going for them often. Thanks to the higher and higher speeds that top players were becoming comfortable with, many more opportunities to use vert slowdowns arose, and every world record contender began to fully master them. This culminated on December 1st, 2023, when a player named Walter set a world record of 430 points, the first significant world record increase in over a year, and this run had 2 vert slowdowns. And just 2 months later, a player named Bonkas got a world record of 445 with 3 vert slowdowns. Both of these runs were celebrated, but they were also subject to criticism. Some people believed that they had an over-reliance on vert slowdowns. Bonkas took this criticism to heart, and so he stopped going for the trick altogether for a while. During this time, he coined the term pure run to describe any run that didn't use vert slowdowns. He then managed to get 6 pure runs to over 400 points, doubling the total amount of 400s in just 2 months. The highest of these was a 419, which was significant as it was the first pure run to ever surpass 417 points, a major milestone for the Slope community. Satisfied with this achievement, Bonkas has begun to reincorporate vert slowdowns into his runs, and has set his sights on an ambitious goal of 500 points. Just a few months ago, this goal would have seemed impossible, but vert slowdowns have shaken things up in Slope time and time again. With their aid, there's no telling how high the world record may be able to go.